Okay, you're all here now. Say hello. Wake up,
Hello.
Peggy.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, you look like you're falling asleep on the sofa. Oh my god, John, look at that gorgeous little Hyatt. Guys, first and foremost, check out my little dog. My little spot hidden dog. Oh my god, John, thank you for the sub. Am I... Okay, I'm quickly checking my volume. My mic is really high, but I think that's what people want to hear, it seems, so it's fine. Hello, everyone. Lord Rust, very happy anniversary. John, thank you for the ladies. Notification that is suitably creepy. How to do the new emotes? Well, they're follower emotes, so you just go in, just do them how you would do any other emote, my dear. There you go, Caroline, that's good. That's my dog, so I'm very pleased with that. Beautiful! What else have we got? The other ones, I like this one. This is Rusty. That's cute. When he took a sledgehammer about to smash through the door, and this is my dog looking like she has died. And this very much so. I'm really worried now that my dog will die, and then I'm gonna have to quickly scurry to remove that emote because it will become really like tasteless. As soon as I put it up, I was like, is this not nice? Like, am I being rude? How's everyone? I know that we've had a little chat, but for the benefit of others, how is everyone?
Good.
I like how we've gone from like the first stream, glass of wine, to now we're all like huddling up in our cozy. You still have your
cozies. I've got a cup of tea.
Yeah. You need to turn your lights off. That's my one bit. Like, as Esme, you're sitting there in like full light. You cannot expect to be scary with the lights on.
Yeah, I'm actually okay with that though.
Do you like that? I like.
I mean, I also have like this dark window right here, and I'm like terrified to look in that direction now.
So you're
appears.
So now you're in Sweden and you're by yourself. Oh, what are you cooking? I like that you have like a single saucepan.
Oh, yeah. So this is an apartment actually. So there's like a kitchen, and then I have my little the TV, and my bed is over there, and then the bathroom is in that direction. So it's like a little apartment, like a studio apartment.
I love nothing more than a room tour. It's like my favorite thing ever. I'm always really sad when I'm on a work video call and somebody has their background blurred. I'm always like, oh, that's sad. And I've also just realized, oh no, I was gonna say I don't have my dice, but I do have my dice. But Caroline, you don't have yours, don't you? Not?
I don't.
Would you rather do it online, or do you want me to roll for you? I don't mind either way.
For me, that sounds fun. Let's
do
that.
That's what I prefer, because I can make them up. Yeah. I can make them up. That's okay.
You lost all your sanity. I'm sorry.
Oh my god, it's so funny. You just died. Wow, that's so weird. How did that happen? Maybe refresh. Oh, you're talking about these things? Rusty, if you haven't followed me, then that's really bad crack. But also, yeah, it's because you're on your mobile. Quite likely, probably. Okay, shall we do a little bit of a... Okay, let's do a catch-up. We did a catch-up, but I think we benefit from... There's so much information in this. I have no idea why I chose to run this as the very first thing that I've properly looked to run, because it's like dissertation level of having to understand like so much shit. Like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, everyone, including myself. So... What happened in the last session? Should I run us through, or do you guys want to run through? How would you prefer it?
You can run us through.
I will run you through. Okay. So let me go all the way back. Okay. Okay. So, I only started watching the stream today from like halfway through, so I'm sure there's other things, but that's fine. So this is my full data dump of notes. Rosemary and Jeremiah, they took a trip. You guys were in that room. That's when you discovered that you can't get out, etc. They went to New York. So that's why those suitcases were on the beds. They can't remember why. So, like, memories are starting to fail people. And speaking of course, Esme has also lost her own memories from when she was a child. So there's something really interesting there. We didn't even go over that through the notes. So Esme now does not remember her first words, her first little memories, her first little holiday on the beach, and, like, wherever that would be. I don't know. So you're kind of losing sense of yourself. That happened when you followed the rat that came out of the stew and into the pantry or the storage room. Some sort of attack had happened. So anyway, Rosemary and Jeremiah don't remember why they went away. I don't remember coming back. We remember Mr. Wayland was keen for us to go away. They said Lady Veronica was at uni. She was travelling herself, so he was alone in the house. And Augustus needed time just by himself, so he sent the staff off and paid for everything. And then they had 2 other trips since, but they don't remember where. They just remember it was lovely, whatever. He was doing this operation. He needed this time alone. So Esme then wondered what might happen if they get together and murder Rosemary, which I'm sure is against her code as a detective and law enforcer. Then we get to dinner time. Peggy and Esme are going to go to dinner with a plan that Penny will figure out that last statue. They know that they're not going to eat or drink anything, of course. The lion on Esme's person gets stashed in the library, in the little bookshelves. Augustus wants Peggy to sit with him. Penny to sit with him. Peggy sits opposite. Esme sits beside Peggy. Blah, blah, blah. Penny ends up realizing that the final statuette is of an ox and it says bind, I believe. So that makes 4. So we have bind, prison, barrier, and obstacle. What else have we got? Augustus tries to give Penny the ox. Doesn't really know where it's come from. Doesn't really know anything about it. Doesn't care about it. Penny then very cleverly comes out as a vegan, which is top notch. Peggy asks what's being celebrated. Veronica is going to achieve something later. This is when Augustus says he can show proof of the divine, and of course that whole bit happened. I really that was the best part of this.
Yep.
We should have just went forward from that little bit. So we asked, what is this proof? Esme asks Augustus. I tried to complete this ritual. I couldn't quite do it. I tried this one time. I tried it another time. I can't quite remember what went wrong. So again, not really remembering. My wonderful daughter has taken on a real interest in the occult, dedicated her life now to performing this ritual. And she's going to be performing blah, blah, blah. So then they have a toast to Veronica and the divine, and all the Lesters, the divine, clink, 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 clink. The lights go out. You guys sit in darkness for a brief moment. The lights go back on. The Lesters are no longer. You see that all of the plates are no longer casseroles. It's rats, half-eaten, nasty materials, gunk, maybe like sewage, I don't know. I'll leave that to your imagination. Augustus stands up and thanks Jeremiah and Rosemary for a wonderful dinner. And they leave. So Veronica goes out toward the kitchen. Augustus goes into the lounge or parlour. Penny then snatches the ox. So you now have the ox on your person. You know that the lion is in the library. Then you decide to go upstairs. You notice that the oil paintings are showing the Kentish countryside, but they're not that beautiful, mild, sunny day countrysides anymore. It's dark, it's snowing. You can just about make out the outline of your car, but not really. And you're like, whoa, what's going on there? That's so weird. Then Penny, of course, becomes concerned that Augustus may have died during the ritual due to what was read in the diary. Now, the diary said, if anyone doesn't remember, that Augustus had written this thing and said that he will write back after he performs this, whether failure or success. There is nothing more written after that journal entry. You guys can smell rotting flesh or death. And so you kind of make your way upstairs to try and like sniff it out. Esme very cleverly readies herself with a broom, the body poker and weapon broom. Very good. You see the smell is coming from the third room clockwise, and you decide not to go into that one. That's also clever. You Charlie's Angels it, or I don't know if it is as clever as Charlie is. Like I'm envisioning like mask and tip sort of being... maybe that's the bind. That's the bind action. You've done it. So room 1 is the bedroom. It's got a desk with a chair, French doors, locked and sealed shut. There's a balcony door, which is the one that's sealed shut. And there's a gap on the base and to the sides that it's all sealed up with wax. And that's up 3 inches both sides. You guys have made spot hiddens, your favorite. You can see that the sand has made its way to those doors regardless, with little like bits of sand. It's kind of like acting as a bit of a dam. Duct tape? What did I say? Did I say duct tape? What did I say? I don't know. Then you see there's a desk. It has a date on it. That date is October the 7th of 1923. It's one of those calendars, you know, where you rip off the day as you do it, and you guys know that it's a year later. It's October the 4th, 1924. There's a candle and matches, so we light the candle and it works. That's all good. Closet has 3 hangers with lovely dresses in them. Smells like incense. Beaut. Oh, I should have lit my incense. It helps me get in the mood for this. Okay, then you see these books on the desk. You see the Torah, you see the Bible, you see the Quran, you see the book of the sacred magic of Abremelin the Mage, and you see Das Buch Abremelin. Side note, Peggy does know German. We just didn't realize it because it was written in Portuguese on a character sheet. That's not our fault, but it kind of is, sorry. And you also see the journal of Veronica. Veronica, in her journal, shows that Augustus has died, apparently of a heart attack, but she doesn't believe it. She thinks her father was murdered, so she is looking for proof. She's heard about this Lester Goodman who sold her father the book and the lamp. Who is this guy? She's asking herself. And she has said that she's got these little things in place that she can use to summon and bind these bad demon entities if she needs to. Should the need arise, these may be brought together around the spirit to banish it, akin to tightening a noose around its neck until it has no direction left. Blah, 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 blah. So the group together decide they're going to grab the other statues. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Then there's a crash behind all of you. The body of Jeremiah you see splattered across the wall in the corridor. You see the scalp and hair across the walls and the floor. The ring woman is there. She looks at you. She screeches. She flies back downstairs. Rosemary comes up the stairs, starts picking up pieces of her husband. Inspired. Apologizes for the mess. And then the ring woman comes again, smashes into Rosemary and hoofs her down the stairs, and now she's climbing up the stairs. You guys have closed the door and you can hear.
Yes. I have a question.
Yes.
You know when the Lesters disappeared at dinner? Was that before or after we picked up the bull statue?
It was after.
Interesting. Okay.
No, well, you guys picked up the bull. No, sorry. Penny had lifted it before and had looked at it and got the word bind.
Nothing had happened.
Nothing had happened at that point. And then... after they all cheersed, the lights went out, it happened, and then Penny went and grabbed the item and now has it on her person.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the crack there. I also would like to I want to bring you back to the books on the desk because I I think we got wrapped up in Jeremiah's scalp in the last one. So I kind of want to talk you through what I believe are quite important little bits that I forgot to tell you about. So let's go back to the 6 books that are on the bedroom's desk. So we have the Torah. It's in scroll form, capped in an upright silver case, and it is in Hebrew. We have the Bible, the King James Version. It's a large leather-bound volume with metal clasps on English. Is that how you say it? English? On English, whatever. It's in English. Then the third one is the Quran. A leather-bound volume decorated with gold leaf, and that one is in Arabic. We have then the fourth, which is the Book of the Sacred Magic of Abramelin the Mage. That book is translated by Mathers. It's a red cloth-bound hardback book. It is in English. And we have Das Buch Abramelin, which is a bound handwritten manuscript in dense Gothic script in early New High Roman, and the last is the Journal of Veronica, written in cursive script. It's in English. That's the one that you've already looked at, but I can tell you more about the Book of Abramelin, since you've heard that word before. Could I ask everyone for an occult check, please? Oh, I will do one for you. Peg. Let me get out my dice.
I failed mine.
Nice.
If you manage this one.
What's your score?
5.
Okay. No.
I passed.
You passed.
Yeah.
Penny. Okay, so the first one's passed. Let's see what I can give you then. So you're leafing through this book, as you hear. As you hear that. You see that the Book of the Sacred Magic of Abramelin the Mage is divided into 3 separate books. We have book 1. As you kind of leaf through it, you see that it's a letter from Abraham to a son, Lamech. It's explaining that the knowledge imparted in this collection is going to be his inheritance, like an old 15th century grimoire. That it will take you longer to find out more. Book 2, so the middle bit, what you can see there, Penny, is that it's very detailed and complex instructions as to how to perform something called the Abramelin operation. It says, what you can kind of glean from the quick sort of study of this is that it needs months of prayer and the studying of religious texts in this really precisely constructed environment before the magician's holy guardian angel will appear to the person who completes this ritual. After this, the magician can summon and bind the demons of hell. And then the third book is just a large number of magic squares, what again Penny would know as being the Kameas, and explains the powers that each one of those grants. It says in this book that they can only be used once the magician has communed with their holy guardian angel. Now, since you have actually succeeded in this occult role, I will give you a little bit of information on the background of this book, because you will have read about this. So it's a 15th century grimoire. It was written by Abraham of Worms, who is a Jew from Worms, Germany. The focus of that book is a long and complex ritual that we know about, the Abramelin, which was named after Abramelin the Mage, who taught it to Abraham. It allows magicians to contact their holy guardian angel. The powers are only to be used when there's true need for them. So copies of that text from the 15th century have been found written in German and in Hebrew. And then the book itself returned to popularity in 1897, not too long ago, when some other dude published the Book of the Secret Magic of Abramelin the Mage, and his translation was of a French edition from 1850. So you can see it's gone through all these various iterations, this book. So Penny, you will know that. I think that's all you need. That's all you need at this point.
Having both of them, can I find the page that matches the layout of the ritual to see if there's something that was lost in translation? Because Lester was convinced, well, someone was convinced that it was to summon demons and not angels. So I just want to see if something was missed.
Yep.
Or
so that would take... that maybe less than that, but if you wanted to precisely look through this book and try and figure out, because the second book is the ritual. So the second book says, you know, cast a circle, light a candle, sit there and read the Torah, do this, do that. So it goes like that for an entire book's worth.
Okay.
So it would take a fairly long time to figure that out. But you could make a guess that there is likely to be some sort of differences between the texts. That there isn't like a one sheet in the same way as, you know, that little bit of paper that you have with the triangle and the circle.
So there is no like physical description of...
No, anywhere
like
where
drawing.
you would see a drawing, it would be exactly the same because it would be translated as it is. You'd be more wanting to look through the text and figure that out, which, you know, is open to you, but...
Yeah.
But maybe not immediately. Who got banned? Oh, we have a ban. Did you guys catch it?
Yeah.
What were they rude?
Yeah, a little bit.
Well,
It's okay.
fuck him. Okay, so what do we want to do next? There is still 2 rooms, I believe, that you have not been in.
I have a question. We lit the candles in the room which we're currently in.
Yeah.
1 candle.
Mm-hmm.
How many candles are there?
Just the one. So it was just the one that was beside the bed in that room, in like a silver candlestick.
Well, on the map, the circle map with it says 4 candles for it. Should we pick?
Yeah.
Because the other ones aren't burning, as far as we can see. Should we pick this one with, like, bring this one with us because it's burning?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that easily.
I'm worried that we are gonna ruin the spell that is keeping the demon, whatever, Lester or Augustus, whatever it is, in the house. And also trapping ourselves in the more we move stuff around.
Yeah, I believe we've already done that.
Yeah. Yeah. So, well, I guess, yeah, we are bricked in, so how much worse could it get?
Interesting. Yeah, well, I wish I could...
Still scratching on the outside?
It's like intermittent. You're not hearing it right now.
If we took the candle to the door, does it stop?
It is stopped at the moment, but I'm happy to retro it and say that it's...
Does the door open out or in?
Oh my god, the door opens into the room that you're in.
Okay.
Oh, good.
I don't know, it's alright. Yeah, okay, yeah, it opens in. How does it normally work in houses? Yeah, it opens in, don't they? They open in. That's good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just wanted to knock her out with the door.
Oh, that would be quite clever. Unfortunately, I've already said that it opens in. Sorry.
Okay. Damn it.
So you're not hearing scratching right this moment. What would you like to do?
Well, we need to leave this room, I feel like, because... Also, like, she hasn't really... Has she attacked us ever? Or did Esme get attacked by her and lose her memory? Or was it like... It doesn't seem to touch us ever.
So you had 2 kind of direct moments with this thing. The first moment was when she sort of went towards Penny to try and grab her. Do you remember at the well?
Like, well, yeah.
God, I've just dropped an energy drink. No. It's okay. I already drank it, so that's good. What was I saying? So yeah, so she did that, but then she disappeared as she grabbed you. The second time was when Esme went into the storage room, and then at that point what happened, it was very simple. You could see almost something being what's the word? Like she was connected to this demon, and the memories were being sucked out. So there wasn't a physical touch, but you could see that, well, Esme could probably see that there was something happening there.
Okay, but she can't seem to get through, like, she can't get through solid walls and doors.
Well, it's also this thing because she clearly attacks, like, these people that are in the loop. Like, if she could, she would have already attacked us, like, physically, I feel like. So that's why I'm like, whether, even if she's out there, like, we don't look her in the eyes and we go to the next room, kind of.
You got a mirror, don't you? Just show her herself or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then you could, like, take her to Debenhams or something and get her like a little neck salad. Yeah. And then everyone's fine. Okay. No. Okay, so what do you want to do?
No, I don't want to leave this room.
This lovely safe room.
I mean, it clearly isn't safe because she's been in the basement, she's been a little bit everywhere, she's been in the cupboard, so she can get through somehow. So if she wants to get into the room, she could. But that's why I'm like, if we move Charlie's angels, move into the next room to see if we can find some more clues. Don't look her in the eyes. One hand on the wall kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so completely, entirely silent, like this, but all
one
three
candle in front of us, one broom in front of us.
Okay.
Yeah, get the broom out.
Maybe someone can fashion like a cross out of hair or something burnt. Like, I don't know. Okay. So you get together in this weird little triad. Broom in hand, not looking anything in the eyes. You decide to slowly open the room door towards yourselves, unfortunately, until you can see back out into the hallway. There is nothing there, which is great to hear. And you then turn left. It's like literally right there, right beside you, so you got like this much room to move, so don't worry too much. And then you open the door into the next space. Let me just read about that for you.
Oh, can I bring the book with me? The Bremelin whatever.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Okay. Now, this calls for a spot hidden, but I'm not going to ask for it because I believe you will notice this because you've already noticed it elsewhere. You can see a gap along the bottom of this door, and 3 inches up each side has been sealed with wax in that door. You go... John, I'm sorry, I did that on purpose because John really wants to use the spot hidden emote. I think that's why. So you can see that it's not that easy to open this door, but it's not like you wouldn't be able, it would be kind of like my door here. It's kind of a little bit stiff because of the weather. So you could like push it open, but you need a little bit of force. So could I get a strength roll from everyone? Peggy, what's your strength?
I muted myself. 40.
Oh,
Okay.
she's strong.
Did anyone make it?
Nope.
I made it somehow.
Okay. You got a 51, Peggy. Okay, so Penny gives it the old heave ho. It's not like a massive, it's stuck, you know. It's like, yeah, that's the
Can
same
I
when I
just
track
ask?
it.
The wax seems to be done on our side, not someone locked themselves inside the room.
It's on your side. That's a great question, and that is the answer, yes. And that actually works really well with what you see when you look into this room. So you force it open, and what comes out is not a flood of sand, but there's sand all across this floor. The room is otherwise entirely empty. It's just like someone's just moved in. There's about 2 inches or 5 centimeters worth of sand that's now sort of like coming onto the floor a little bit, into the hallway. And to further make your point, Penny, you can see grooves in the sand that was made from a rake. A rake is the only thing in this room. It's propped up against the wall, in between like a built-in closet and, just to the left of that. It runs along the length of the room. So you can kind of see that no one has walked in here, because it's almost like, you know those Japanese gardens where they're like,
Yeah.
it's like that, right? So no one has been in here since this rake has been doing this thing, and then they've sealed it up from the other side.
So
And
us opening the door has like disturbed the rake, whatever it's called.
Yeah, so you can kind of see like that little, like a little snow angel, but it's like a sand angel made by the doors.
Okay.
It's come in.
So, where's the rake placed? Is it next to the door? Because since the door must have been shut somehow, that should have
Yeah.
already.
Yeah, so it's as you look in, it's kind of to the right. It is, you could grab it from where you are.
Okay.
What kind of room does this look like it could have been?
This
Is there like a fireplace, some big windows, that closet?
yeah, so there is a built-in closet, like I was saying earlier, which is near where the rake is propped up to. This looks like it could have been a bedroom, but there's no furniture in there, and you're kind of going off the fact that it's the second floor of the house or the first floor of the house in UK terms, rather than it being like, oh my god, it's like Spice Girls pictures at the top or something. It's not like that. It's more where you are.
So are there windows in there, and are they also sealed by like duct tape or wax or anything?
Yeah, so there is I'm going to just show you this map. Here we go. Okay. So you should be able to see. Can you guys see this? So this is where you are. So you have the closet that's kind of going in, and it goes, there's like a little doorway out into a balcony. It's the same balcony is what you had seen the other bit being waxed in to, and that's also waxed shut.
Okay.
Are the closet doors open?
No, closed.
Do we want to look in the closet?
Can we reach them without going like into the room?
Let me have a look. There's a little map. You would have to step in. You would have to step in to open them.
Okay.
Even if we like take the rake and like
Jam it
whack
through
on the handle and like pull it open.
You could have a go at it. You could do a dex check and see if you manage it. Would you like to?
What's that?
Oh, my dex is quite high. Shall I do that one?
All right, have a go
Yeah,
at it. Have a go.
Come on.
What? Oh, Dex. Wait, mine is also quite high. What's yours?
Mine's 60, but I've just succeeded.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so you grab the rake. Is that right? and you're kind of like using it.
I've got
this
like the
reminds
broom
me-
in one hand and the rake in the other, and I'm like chopsticking the door
Okay.
open.
Okay, I'm understanding this.
And we are like, yay, go Esme.
Yeah, so you're kind of like helping.
This is your, like, your thing.
This is your moment. And are you taking great care so as not to step on anything in this room? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, do you manage that? Okay, I'll say that. Okay, you did. You swing open the door. It makes quite a bit of noise as you're like literally using gardening tools to open it. And you hear this big sort of just a whack as the doorknob whacks into the wall beside itself as you open it, and inside is nothing.
Okay.
Oh man.
Literally nothing. So I'm sure that is a clue in itself. This room has nothing in it apart from this rake. Nothing.
What the heck?
Is that in some kind of pattern?
It's just stripes.
Okay.
Nice stripes.
Interesting.
Is it? I'm confused.
Yeah, I'm like, okay.
Could I get a luck roll from Penny?
A luck roll? Oh, I don't like that.
Oh my god, I'm excited for it. Hang on, let me see if I can make this
No.
work. You didn't? Okay, cool. Never mind. So, what do you want to do next?
Next room.
Next room, yeah.
This is the smelly room.
Oh.
Oh,
I mean,
guys.
Oh, I'd like to keep hold of both the rake and the broom.
yeah, let's bring
share with
more.
us.
Esme, that's so selfish. Are you an only child, Esme? Esme, share your
Yeah.
weapons.
Okay, I'll have one, but if someone puts out their hand for it, I'll give them one of them.
Okay.
I'm holding the candles, so
Okay.
I mean,
Okay, yeah.
Penny told them the
Sorry,
good, and now
I
also-
don't mean to laugh at your rubbish defenses. Okay, so as you move towards the third room, the stench gets stronger and stronger.
wait. Can I just ask something? So this stench is something that Esme never felt when she went to the bathroom at the very start. Because this room is right next to the bathroom, right?
Right. You have to walk past this room to get to the bathroom.
Okay.
And you
Do you
didn't smell
want
it.
to check out the bathroom if that's changed anything since last time you were in there? Just like,
do that.
Any more tools in there? Maybe some.
Yeah.
tools?
Well, it
Yeah,
did. It did flash to like weird and rusty.
yeah,
and,
that's
like,
what I'm wondering. I wonder if there's something that's like the weird kind of like bell
Right.
that
Yeah.
has. So I just want to see what the bathroom looks like.
Sure. Let's go back to the bathroom. You guys all go in to the bathroom. It's like when you've had a few drinks at the club and everyone decides that someone needs to get their play suit off. And you decide together that you're going to do this. Where is
Too
the
real.
bathroom? This is too real. Where's this freaking... Okay. Bathroom. Okay. So as you go in, it looks good. It doesn't look like how Esme had described it prior, with the sort of rusted taps and the enamel wearing off of the bathtub. It looks good. Fashionably decorated. You have your toilet, you have your sink, you have your bathtub, all the modern appliances that one would expect of a bathroom. It looks expensive. It looks immaculately clean, which is the same as how the hallway now looks, even though Jeremiah's scalp was splattered on the walls just prior.
If I turn on the tap, does water come out?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, this is working. Now, you also have, and I did explain this to you, Esme, but you weren't that interested at the time. You do also see a door to an enclosed spiral staircase in this room.
Oh, Christ.
Is it going up?
Oh, it's going up. Oop, 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 oop,
Okay.
oop. So, would you like to have a look at that?
I mean,
I wouldn't like to go first.
You got the broom. Have you got the broom or the rake? Which one are you on?
I think I've got the rake, and I gave Penny the broom.
I'm so lucky.
Okay, so you got the
Me,
rake.
my book, and a broom.
Like a witch.
Yes, like a witch, finally.
Did we ask about this before? Does Esme have her handgun on her?
Yeah,
No,
you're
she's
an officer.
unarmed.
I know.
Okay,
What?
she's unarmed.
She's unarmed, but I do have quite a good dodge score.
Okay.
Okay, important.
So that's what she's good at. Getting out of trouble, not getting into trouble, right? Okay, so who wants to have we look up here?
You know what, Esme? It's better that only one of us are gonna lose our sanity, so you go first.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh my god, did that just happen? Okay, Esme.
Sacrificial lamb.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, it's better to have two sane people taking care of
Insane.
one insane.
Well,
Enough
just
insane.
guys, just look after me. Like,
Yeah,
take me to
promise.
hospital when this is over.
Okay, so Esme climbs up the spiral staircase and she looks back down at you both with puppy dog eyes. Why me? She cries as she ascends. Okay, so you go up the staircase and you're now inside a cupola. I don't know what a cupola is either until I read this. So it's like a little, just a little like top bit of a house, and it has like a little window. It's cute. It's a certain style of housing. I'll try and see if I can get you a picture.
It's like one of those that has a tower.
Yeah, exactly, like a little tower at the top. You can
Okay.
kind of see it in this image here. Hang on, let me see if I can show you.
Like, guys, come up. It's cute up here.
It's so-
It's a cupola.
It's so cute. Look at this cupola that you see up there. Look
Oh,
at
yeah.
just a little bit of that.
Oh, yeah. Just
so
like
you-
an extra.
So you're up there right now. It's like real cute. And for some reason, it comes from the bathroom. That's weird, but I think that's maybe normal. It doesn't say anything to me in this book about it not being normal. Now up there, you see that this room is also empty. It's empty except for a single high-backed chair, and that chair is facing the east window.
Is it?
Go.
Is it empty?
The chair.
The
And
chair?
It's a rocking chair, and as you go up, it starts rocking.
Oh, fuck off.
That didn't happen, but let's say it did happen. I'm okay with it happening.
I'm not.
So, it's facing out the east window, where of course that's where the sun rises from. So it's like a nice little sort of viewing spot. Do you want to sit on it?
No. I
Oh, come on! Have we look out the window? Go on, do us a favor. Come on, Esme.
don't. Is the window like waxed in? Like,
No.
It's
it
outside.
is it bricked up
No.
so I can see outside, and it's dark and
What's the weather?
snowing.
Sorry.
Dark and snowing.
It's dark. It's snowing.
Yeah.
Do you want to turn the light on?
Hmm.
Is there a light?
An electric light. Yeah, but is it actually a light? Is it like, can I see any wires coming off of it? Like, is it actually plugged in?
Oh my god. So paranoid.
Fucking turn the light on,
I'm like,
guys. Oh my
Look,
god.
if I touch anything, I'm gonna
use
lose
your
my
rake.
sanity.
Like-
Use your rake.
Use
Yeah,
your rake,
okay.
like,
I'm gonna poke the light with my rake.
and also put the hair a little bit.
Okay, so guys, I've done too good a job here. You're fucking kicking yourselves, and I just want you to turn the light on so I can show you something.
Okay, I'm gonna turn the light on.
The light goes on, and you are electrocuted. For again, stop it, guys! It's a fucking light. So the light turns on. You do not need a spot hidden for this. Again, you're quite right. You do notice that again the electrics are frayed. It looks like they've been chewed through, but the light is on, which is good for you, because as you look out the window, what you see is you know the way it's kind of like a curved sort of bushes all around the house, so you're looking out the east window, and you can just make out a bit of an outline of I wouldn't say it's a person. There's a figure, a dark figure that is by the sort of bush line, I would say. It doesn't seem to have arms. It's a shadow that's casting from the light and onto the bushes, and it's moving around. It's fairly quick paced. You only see it for a brief moment. You know that it's not a person. And unfortunately, I would like you to make a sanity roll.
Yeah, here we go.
Now this sanity roll has a huge impact.
Don't say that.
I'm just saying. I hope you win it.
Fudge it.
Don't fudge.
Fuck.
Oh
no! Yeah,
every single time.
That was a failure.
Okay, so you fail. At a fail, you take 1d10 worth of sanity loss while you see that there is something outside that you cannot explain.
Okay.
That is marching through the perimeter of the house. You lose 2 points, thank God.
Yeah.
Sweet. I thought I was going to have to Google the insanity rules. Okay, sweet. What would you like to do?
I would like to call up the others so that they can also see it. And is there anything else in the room? Like, how big is the room? Is there anything on the rocking chair? Like, nothing. Yeah. What is around?
The rocking chair has on it a little
doll with a twig in his eye.
Why a twig? I don't know. It's got a little cushion, and the cushion has needlepoint, and it just has like a little house, and the house looks like the house that you are currently in. And it says "Home Sweet Home." Beep 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 beep. And as you look closer at this little cushion, you can just about see like a little couple of needle points in the cupola, which you believe may well be representing yourself.
I hate this place.
Not bad.
We just jump out the window.
Yeah.
Down on the
Get the
roof.
ghost downstairs.
I'll risk my legs.
Get out of here.
I wonder if I can get you a better. Let me see if I can get you a better explanation of this shadow.
No, thank you.
I just want to know if I'm missing.
I'm good.
Am I missing?
If it's not Jared the mechanic, we do not want to know.
No, yeah. Save the details.
Okay.
Don't call me unless you're the mechanic.
So, Esme, let me tell you a little bit more of what you saw.
Okay. Like, is it still there when the others come up? Like, can they see it? Or is it, fleeting?
It is fleeting.
Okay.
You can sort of watch out to see if you can see it again. I'm quite happy if you want to. You can all see it. But you'll also have to do your sands.
Thank you.
Yeah. Just take my word for it, guys.
So, Esme, a little bit more about this. The bit that I think I wasn't able to really explain. you don't actually, as I say, it's not humanoid. It's not got arms and legs. It's this sort of being that you don't recognize, doesn't take any form that you understand. But the bit that I'm kind of leaving out, I suppose, is that the body shape is shifting. So it's kind of moving from like, it's almost like gaseous, but it's not. It's like, it's a shadow that's moving, but as it moves, its form is changing, and it's moving around. You could almost make out, not wings per se, but there's appendages coming and shifting and coming back again. If you've seen the Syriac YouTubes, it's like one of those, but I'll show you that later. And that's all that you need from there.
Okay. Okay. And that was like from the light of the house. It's shadow, so it's between the house and the like hedges.
Yeah.
But outside.
Yep. Okay. You only see a shadow. You do not see a person or a thing connected to that shadow.
Okay.
And
it didn't seem to like notice. I suppose it already knows that we're in the house.
Yeah.
I'm not sure you would be able to identify if it was watching you or not, because it's a shadow.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't know. You don't identify a face. You don't identify what each individual part of this thing is.
Okay.
Why, anyone?
Okay, I'm gonna go back down to the bathroom.
Okay.
Yeah, you go first.
Gripping my.
I almost had you there. I almost had you. I can't believe you only took one sand. Okay.
Yeah.
So, do you want to make your way to the final room that you haven't been in?
Yeah, I'm not going first into that one though.
Death room.
It smells. Okay. So,
I can open the door.
You're going to open that one?
Yeah, I'll open it.
Okay. Well, Peggy, you don't quite believe anything. You're a scientist. You understand. There's always going to be an explanation, right? Kath, thank you for the 16 months. If you say banned emote, it is still banned. So, like, that is also banned to say banned emote. Thank you. Okay, so you go into the final room. Where the fuck is it? Here it is. Okay. All right, everyone. Okay, so you go towards the door, and the smell is becoming more and more overwhelming as you get to the door itself. As you go to turn the doorknob...
Wait, is the door sealed?
No.
Here as well? There's no wax or anything around it, okay?
Not this one.
What kind of direction are we in? So are the other rooms that are sealed, are they all along one wall? And are they like eastern facing or western facing or something like that?
So they're all in our Discord map, which is probably the easiest way to show you. So let me just get back into there and I'll show you which way they're all facing. Boo, 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 boo. And I'll put it in our Discord for the spuds as well. So I'm gonna...
So it's all the ones along the balcony, right, that are sealed?
Yes, so it's ones around the rear balcony, not the front balcony.
That balcony is towards the north, and then these rooms are, I guess, on the east side.
Never eat shredded. Wait, hang on. These are actually have the north.
Wait, is there from the loo? Is there an exit to the balcony, or is it also sealed shut? We
No.
can't go.
Let's have a look.
Because the map shows a little white thing, like a little window.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? It does. But I'm gonna say that's not a door. It's a window.
And it's bricked shut.
And it is brick shut, yeah. So you can see in the top room, it looks like doors, but they're not doors, they're windows. And it doesn't say anything about there being a door here. So north is actually to the right, so of both of these maps. So where we're going to at the moment will be east facing. Yes, exactly, Peggy.
Okay.
Does that make sense? And I'm gonna put this quickly into the Discord for the Spadish. Here you go. I don't know if you guys can see that. I don't think. Oh, you can. Perfect. And north is to the right. All right, sweet. So you go, Peggy, as you go to turn the doorknob into the final bedroom, or what you see as being the bedrooms. I want you to make me a. Do you guys have? Is there a constitution on your character sheets?
Yeah.
Okay.
There is.
Can you, Peggy? Oh, I'm doing it for you. What's your constitution number?
You roll first.
Yeah, you don't trust it, do you?
30.
Mine is 50.
Okay. All right.
Well played.
And also, guys, stop being I would never do that to you. I'm on your side.
Yeah, right.
So
lady.
you just about managed to hold in the sense of vomit that is coming up your throat as you open up the door. And as you do so, it's another room that is very sparsely furnished. Okay, and as you walk in, it's kind of conveying the sense of being some sort of I don't want to say a church, but it's like somewhere where it's quiet. It's a place of worship. You can sense that there's that smell of incense again, but also there is that terrible smell coming in there too. You can see another built-in closet. That one's open and it's actually empty. You notice that the floorboards, the wall paneling, and the ceiling, all of them are made from white pine. You may or may not remember that you saw offcuts of that pine in the garage whenever you were looking for petrol or whatever it is.
But this is like a recent addition. That doesn't look like original features.
It's not original. Original. You have windows on the east, south, and west facing walls. With the door, and there's a direct line of sight to that north facing French door. Now, in the middle of the room, as you look in and as you make your way there, you see, oh my god, Penny, chill out, have some wine. In the middle of the room is an altar, a cuboid altar. It's about 4 foot high, about my height, basically, 4 foot across and 8 foot wide. It is also made out of white pine. Okay, now what do you want to do?
What's the smell coming from?
Okay.
Question.
So you move further into the room to try to identify the smell. And as you move towards, you see you see what you think you're going to see, which is a body that is between the altar and the French doors.
Do we recognize the body?
Is it Veronica?
It is Veronica. Oh my god. Penny's so good at this. Sorry, Karina's very good at this. So
Is she wearing her dress?
you see Veronica lying between the altar and the double French doors on the south-facing wall that opens onto the balcony above the veranda. Could everyone please make me a sanity check? She's wearing a simple black morning dress. It's not white. Her feet are bare, and her body appears to be in a natural state of decay. There is an incense burner above, and there's ashes that have fallen from that burner onto her face and hair and forehead. As you roll your sanity stuff, I'll roll for you, sorry. You notice
If I get
go on.
0, 0, and then 1, is
Yeah.
that 100 or
No,
That's
that's
one.
one.
Sweet.
Which is
did it.
great. Which is
I
great.
got a hard success.
That's
I love dead
that's
bodies.
extreme. Like
Love dead bodies.
you've gone so mad that you love it now. You're just loving it.
I think I'm used to it because I'm a detective. I'll have come across dead bodies before. Yeah, it's not pleasant, but I'm going to still get the job done.
It must be that.
Yeah.
Now, her feet are bare. Her body appears in a natural state of decay. As you look closer at her, you notice that she's got an ever so faint sense of a smile on her face. And as you look down through her body, what you notice is some sort of stick that is impaled through her rib cage and protruding from her back. Okay, let's do the sanity roll first. That is a 28 for Peggy. And Penny, how did you do?
Okay.
You're good. So, let me tell you more. Can anyone give me a natural world or a science botany roll if you can? If any of you have it. If not,
I have biology this year, which I think is muscle.
I've
No.
got natural world.
Okay.
I've got a very low natural world. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Everyone, okay.
mine's also really
I
low.
have 17 on natural world.
Everyone try me on a natural world, and everyone try me on an occult.
Cult is
Natural
fine.
world.
No for natural world.
Amazing for occult.
Okay.
Yeah, I got an occult as well, actually.
Good
Okay.
job.
So no one's got. Oh, sorry, Peggy. Okay, so you have got fail, and we don't need to do your occult one because
Occult is
we've already
only
had seals.
5, yeah.
So essentially, you don't know what this wood is made from. I was just checking to see if you did know. However, it doesn't really matter too much. In terms of the occult roll, you can ascertain that this looks like a wand. This piece of wood has been carefully carved. It's beautiful. It's as long as Veronica's arm. It's 2 inches wide at the base, and then progressively narrowing to a sharp point, almost like a stick. Her hands are wrapped around the wand, above the entrance wound. Can you guys please give me a first aid, a medicine, or an intelligence roll?
She killed herself. Human sacrifice. Intelligence, you said? Okay.
Yeah, just something.
Oh, intelligence is definitely the highest. Oh, that's a hard success for me.
Okay,
Oh, good job.
so on that, you can indeed confirm that this is the detective who has seen a dead body or two in her time, and has solved cases just like this one. You can conclude that she had deliberately impaled herself upon this wand. Would you like to see anything else in this room?
Quick question. How long does she look like she's been dead for? Like a year or recent? More recent than that? Like, how gross does she look?
We can see a smile, I feel like.
I feel like that would be like, yeah, that's what I mean. A year seems...
Yeah, that seems more recent.
Do you want to do a natural world for that? I would say.
Sure. Not for me. She has been dead 3 years.
A million
try mine.
years. Yeah, and
no,
65
that
for
was-
Peggy. So you guys
Yeah.
you can't really ascertain how long. I mean, you don't need to be a fucking scientist to understand that it's been a while. It
okay.
stinks. It's been long enough. The taphonomic processes have started to set in. There's not like maggots. It's not that bad, but you can tell that she's been lying in this state for a really long time.
Is there anything else in the room? I think because she has a smile, so she's facing like north then when she died and fell backwards.
Yeah.
Is there anything in that direction which we can see that she was looking at?
She's looking kind of almost straight up, so she's not looking at anything. So her head is upwards, which is why the ash has fallen on her head. But I can tell you what else is in this room, or give you sort of more here. Okay, as I say, you have the altar. The altar has doors within the altar, so you can have a look in there. I'm trying to see what else. On top of the altar is a large silver censer, which contains ash and incense. So that's likely what's probably been falling down and onto the forehead. Can I get...
Is there anything else, like, on the altar?
Can I get spot hidden, first of all? I'm trying to see...
Ooh!
Okay.
I got 14.
14.
It is time.
22 for Peggy.
That must be a hard success.
Is that a hard? What's your resume?
Wait, why can I not see it anymore? Where is it? Oh, there. Yeah, that was a hard success for me.
Okay, so you both kind of notice this at the same time, but from kind of different areas. You can see discolored patches on the upper corners of the altar. So there's 4 of these. And you can see that there has been oil that has been used with a finger to write on all 4 sides of this altar. As you look closer, you can read them. They say the same phrase on all 4 sides: "In whatever place it may be, wherein commemoration of my name shall be made, I will come unto you and I will bless you." That's what it says. Now, let's see what else we have here. So, suspended above the altar from the ceiling, you see an ornate glass lamp. It's beautiful. Can I get a... what was your... Peggy, was it physics? It's biology, was it?
Biology.
Damn it. I'd love a science physics or a hard intelligence roll from anyone. I will roll for you, Peggy.
I can do, yeah.
So...
Oh, can I push my luck?
23 for Peggy.
Oh, that I don't
Okay,
need.
that's a hard one.
Yes!
My intelligence is 80, so 40 and 16.
Oh my god, okay, great. So, with your hard intelligence roll, you see this beautiful glass lamp, but you realize that it's not actually made of glass. The reason why you know that, as a scientist, of course, the light that's directed at this lamp, it refracts in a way that would indicate to you that it's made of something like crystal. So it's causing a myriad of these sort of like very subtle, beautiful colors dancing around the room. It's quite nice, pretty, and it's got like white. There's like white everything, so you can kind of see it. And that's everything in this room beyond the altar with the doors.
Let's just open them with the rake.
Okay,
With
so
the rake?
you want to take... Okay, you want to take the rake?
Always.
Who's going...
Yeah.
Who's opening? Who's got the rake?
I've got
who's
the rake.
Yeah. Who's opening anything dangerous?
Okay, so you open, you see a pure white linen tunic with a full-length sleeves. You see a knee-length scarlet and gold silk robe with shorter sleeves. You move through all that and you see a girdle of pure white silk. You also see a headband of golden silk. You see a large globular glass bottle containing oil. That oil smells of myrrh, cinnamon, galangal, and olives. It's quite likely to be the same oil that's on the altar you deduce. And you also see a pine shoebox sized case, and within that is powdery incense. It smells of frankincense, storax, and agarwood. So it's just this beautiful little. You can just see that it's like ritualistic purposes being stored in there. You also see a massive can of petrol. I'm kidding, John. No, that's not going to happen. As you are hunting through and looking at this, you get a knock at the door, and you hear, "Hello, are you okay in there?" And Veronica opens the door, and she comes in to say, "I just wanted to check if you were all good after dinner." And she stops abruptly as she notices her body on the floor. Let me just load up my notes. And then she kills you. No. So, yeah. So she stops suddenly. She notices, she double takes. She notices what she's looking at. She looks around at each one of you, and you can tell that she's genuinely quite startled by what she's seen. She rushes over to the to the doors, to the French windows, and she pulls across the curtain there, and she notices that she's seeing bricks. It's a brick wall. She starts screaming. She screams and she yells, "It's too late! It's too late to escape! The demon wants to torture you too." And she starts running around the room, grabbing what she can. She grabs the wand out from her own stomach at this point.
Give it back.
Give what back?
My wand. I want it so bad.
You should have taken it! Okay. She says, we have to banish this. We have to banish him. It's too late for me. It's not too late for you. She hands... who wants the wand? Do you want it, Penny?
Yeah, 100%.
Can I have my broom back?
Of course you can. There you go. I've got a.
Oh my! Are you guys like? There's a ghost here talking to you, and you're like, I have the wand, so I will. Do you want the? I'll do. And she's like,
to be
honest, go on.
Least weird thing that we've seen so far is someone recognize their own dead body,
right?
Yep.
Okay. She says, the ghoul, it has a hold on us. It's stealing our memories. It's trying to figure out how to get out of here. I trapped it. I remember I trapped it. She's very determined.
About that, we might have messed up your ritual.
She doesn't laugh. She's very concerned. It wants to know, it needs to release itself, but I didn't let it. What do you mean you messed up what do you mean?
I don't know.
I killed myself before it got the information. It won't know how to get out.
No.
The door is like going. She says, "There's a ritual. There's a ritual." And she sort of roots around in the altar like space, and she brings out chalk that I forgot to tell you was there. And she says, "We need to draw the Triangle of Solomon." And she's I need to go downstairs. I need in the library. There's the.
We've got the book. We've
stay here.
Yeah.
got the book, right? Penny, are you still carrying the book?
Me and my
You
new
have the
wand
book?
and my book. What book are you looking for?
Show me the book.
No. How do I
Don't
know
trust.
you're not a demon trying to trick
The Key of Solomon. That book. Have you got the book?
Oh, no, not that one.
No.
You don't have it, do you? You don't have it. We need to go downstairs. We need to get the book.
No.
We need to banish this demon.
I don't
Yeah, I
trust you. I
think
don't trust anything
maybe
I
we can
see.
remember it.
You can try. Well, you can remember because it's in your fucking Discord. That's not fair, guys. Just we need to get this book. And as she runs towards the door, she goes to open the door, and as she does so, the hand of the ring girl comes straight at her, grabs her by the throat, and twists her arms around her neck until her head comes away from the rest of her body.
Yeah, she's strong. I don't like that.
The ghoul looks at you guys and starts squealing.
But not moving towards us, right? As long as she's just staying put, fine.
Not moving towards you yet.
Okay.
Well, now we can close the door in her face.
Be gone, foul demon.
Okay, so how are you gonna do that? You wanna?
Oh, can I make a
We got a
cross
broom
out
and
of
a
the...
rake.
I'm just poking at her.
Yeah.
Good God,
You're like,
me
get
too.
away! Get away
Yeah,
from
get the
here.
fuck away from me.
Get away from me. Okay, so
Absolutely not.
the figure starts. You haven't closed this door, have you?
I'd like
Who's the
to.
closest to the door? No, I was by the body, wasn't I? Trying to get that one, so not me.
I feel like I would probably poke at it until it disappeared.
Okay, so as you move towards the ghoul, Esme, you feel something very similar, and you start to scream out in pain as you
Brilliant.
see the same motion, which is, that sort of connecting piece of light that is going between the two of you.
And if I'm flailing rakes and brooms in front of me, that's not affecting anything.
That's not affecting.
What about if I hear her scream and jumps in front and tried to close the door?
Yep. You can try to close the door. So as you do that, let me think about this. Can I have a POW roll from Peggy and from Esme? I'm gonna make one for Peggy. Peggy, what's your POW? POW.
16.
Mine's a 70, and I got a success.
Okay, guys, because this is what it is, I'm actually just gonna show you what happened to my dice.
what's that?
Hang on, can you see?
That's a 0, and that's a 0. Brilliant.
That's 100.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
So you rolled a 100.
Damn it.
But I succeeded in mine. Does that mean that I don't get brain mash?
Yeah, you're good. She transfers her ire over to Peggy, who's tried to banish her or close the door, and she makes an attack on you, Peggy.
Oh no.
What you see, what you hear, weirdly, are panpipes. It's almost like you've been briefly transported to another place. You're no longer where you are. Your feet don't find solid ground. You can hear dancing and joyousness. And you can see people dancing. One of the people who are dancing is, you recognize as Augustus. And you can see this huge, shapeless figure, not unlike what Esme had described from outside, with this shifting body and shifting sort of shadow-like area. Everyone is floating. Please make me a 1d10 sanity loss. I will run that for you. And you are the first to go temporarily insane.
Huh?
Yeah,
Oh.
temporarily insane.
Oh shit.
So,
What did she roll?
a 6. So. Now,
I really thought it was going to be me, guys.
it almost was. You have experienced an event so traumatic at this point that you are going to begin suffering from some sort of insanity, Peggy. Now, I'm going to ask for a percentile roll, so it's fine. Okay, now, I want you to do a power roll. Wait, hang on. Yeah, okay. So, what's your idea? What's your idea number?
Where's that?
Intelligence or power.
Well, intelligence is 80 and power is 60.
It's power. Okay. You got under both of those. Now, normally that would be a success. When it comes to insanity, that's a failure. The reason why it's a failure is because you're actually learning too much. You know too much, and that is what's driving you mad. You have failed by winning that roll. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll on the table of temporary insanity. Cthulhu. Guys, you're gonna die. Okay.
Why are you so excited about that?
I love it. What's
She
what it's
loves
all,
suffering.
it's what it's all about. Okay, so we're gonna do a d6, and I'm gonna tell you what's happened to you.
Your sound is cutting out quite a lot for me now, like the microphone.
Is it again?
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay, how is it? Okay, I'll just
That's
keep
a lot
it.
better, yeah.
I'll keep it real close. Okay, so Peggy, your insanity is represented by fight or flight. You right now have nothing more that you want to do but to run and get the fuck out of this house because you cannot handle it anymore. I'm gonna roll 1d4, and that will be how long you will be trying to just get out of this place. Only for one round. So for one round, you will be hoofing it trying to get out of this house. You don't give a shit anymore about Esme. You don't care about Penny. You don't care about what the fuck's going on. You just need to get out of here. It's driving you crazy. You need to go. So you start running out of the room, past this ghoul, and downstairs towards the doors. What do you two want to do?
I mean, follow.
Follow.
Okay. So you two are following Peggy, as Peggy's obviously screaming and trying to get out of the house. She goes to open the door, but she cannot. It's bricked.
Well, where was the chalk as we were leaving the room? Because I would have snatched that up if he was out.
Okay. Yep.
From the
So
government,
yeah. So you have the chalk on you, on your person. Now, yeah. So you have the chalk. You know from. You don't know, but you know that that page that you need for that little thing is in the library. Yeah. So you go down. Peggy is at the door, like whacking at the door, and you two are rushing behind her.
Okay. I say we try to bundle her into the library.
Just try to drag her.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to ask for an opposed strength roll on that because Peggy does not want to go into the library.
Peggy's the strongest. Yeah, not me.
Okay.
Oh, I got a 22, which is the exact number of the one of the little numbers.
Peggy actually got a 3. So, so I'm going to say that Peggy will not come with you easily and will continue to knock at the door. As she is knocking and smashing at the door, you see Veronica come back down the stairs and say, "We need that book. We need the map. Come on, we need it." And she's
I'm like, go and fucking get it then.
Grab it.
Yeah.
It.
Why are
Do
you
remember
asking
what
me
it looks
permission?
like?
It's your house.
Enough of your sass, Esme. But also, she says, I can't.
I feel like I'm just like, oh yeah, go grab
keeps-
it. I'm just gonna.
It wants to kill us. It wants to. And she goes. I can. She runs into the library. And she fetches. She knows exactly where it is. So within 40 seconds, she comes back out and she has that that image of the little thing that you need to do.
I'm a little bit sus. I know that.
Yeah, me too.
I know that she's like shocked about seeing her own body, but like, I'm also really suspicious that this is actually what we need to be doing.
And not a trick from the devil.
Yeah.
Is there,
Go on.
is there like an equivalent to like insight here? Is it like psychology?
Psychology. Yeah.
Can I try to read this fucking girl?
Absolutely, of course you can. So as you
Because,
know,
like,
as you stare her out, Peggy, you're fine now. You can be, you've done.
I'm
your
like
damage.
calming her down.
Yeah.
I made it just.
Okay. You feel as though she is being legitimate to you. Like, well, at least she believes that in herself. I don't know.
But she didn't seem particularly aware of, like, when we were trying to say that we'd messed up her spell, she didn't really seem to give a shit. So I'm wondering whether what.
I mean, we won't be able to make the big one anyway. Because obviously it took a lot of preparation and bullshit.
True.
She comes out. She comes out. She got it. She says, "Let's go to the the servants. The bit between the servants' quarters. It's got white floors. Let's go there." And she explains that she needs a white floor to draw this.
Oh, that's downstairs again.
Well, we can go up to the altar, but
No. Okay, ghost lady, let's go.
and she leads all of you to that little bit, and she asks you to draw for her the image. So you have that sort of triangle.
And she not draw it herself?
Yeah, she can help, but there's 3 chalks in 3 different colors. So she's kind of asking for for that.
She's
for that
not
reason.
just shirking responsibilities.
She's like, you go there, and then you go there, and then you go there. So she's trying to help.
I'm like, I'll hold the book so that you guys can like look at it as a reference.
And as she bends down to try to start this, she's explained what each color is for. So I think it's green for the Mikael bit, it's like red for the circle, it's something else. The body of this ghoul comes again, grabs her and smashes her into the white floor and smears her body all over the floor itself. That's going to make it a bit harder for you to draw your little thing. But she's
What would happen if, like, I think I'm going to say to Penny, like, can you stab it with the wand?
Just worried that this will require also a human sacrifice, and let's
I
am not that altruistic.
Yeah.
But anyway,
So
maybe.
So you guys know that you need to draw a 3-foot wide magical triangle on a white surface, which you're doing now. You've got
So
your
does the
different
ghoul
colours.
disappear after smearing Veronica's body all over the floor?
Yeah.
And is Veronica's body then still on the floor, or does that
Still on the
also
floor.
disappear?
It's still on the floor.
So we're
Can we get
drawing.
Rosemary to clean it up?
You could try and clean it up, or you could just draw around it, or
Yeah.
I
Okay, let's
mean,
just go around
It
it.
will be more difficult because it's all bloody, but
Yeah.
it depends on kind of how you want to do it. It's going to take 1d4 plus 2 rounds in order to complete this triangle. So just FYI, 1, 2. Okay, so that's a 4. It's going to take you 4 rounds in which to do this. So let's start with the first round. Round number 1. So the 3 of you are now 3 chalks. You know what to do with those 3 chalks, and you are trying to draw this thing. We are at round 1, and our friend attacks. And she attacks indiscriminately. She's gonna go for Penny first of all.
Leave me alone.
Now with Penny, can you make me a con roll, please, Penny?
Oh no, this
Whilst
is not good.
everyone is drawing.
Oh, I did it.
Okay. Great. So you come out of this first round unscathed. You complete a quarter of what you need to be doing. The second round goes by. She swoops straight back in again. Peggy, at this point, let's go for you. Please make me a con roll. I will do it for you. I promise you. I want you to survive. You got an 8. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
rolling so well for you. I'm going to send you these dice. That's unreal. You continue drawing. You're like, fuck this thing. Get out of here, girl from the ring. She swoops around again. You're on your 3rd round here. Let's go for Esme just to make it, and Esme, please do me a constitution roll.
What a beautiful detective.
Yeah, that's a fail.
Esme has splattered! No. Okay.
Esme dies.
No, she can't die. We're so close.
Okay, 3d10.
Ooh.
That's a biggie. Okay.
Yeah.
Against your current HP.
No, so it's 3d10 intelligence. So
okay.
it's the memory stealing again.
Brilliant.
And that's an 8 plus 9 plus 3. That's 30. Is that 30 or 20? No, that's 20. 9, 8. Yeah. 20 intelligence lost. You writhe in pain.
wow.
You feel a headache. All of your body is aching. And you start to realize that you don't remember the name of your first pet or what happened to it. You don't remember your parents at all. You don't remember what grades you got at school. You're starting to just not remember more and more. You don't remember how you got into becoming a detective. Why are you here? Things are starting to become fuzzy. And we're on the last round. You unfortunately cannot then... Yeah, you're fine at the moment. But one more round. I'm going to go for Penny one more time. And Penny, please make me a power... I want you to make me a power roll.
Oh, a power roll is fine. If it was con, I was stuck.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is an opposed one. What did you get?
68. So close, but yet so far.
And yet you lost. I got a 55. This is an opposed power roll. And the baddie has won this round. You guys continue to do your little thingamajig, your little ritual. However, Penny, you find yourself outside. You're outside the house and it's dark. Every single light is on in the house as you look back, and you can see that same image, that shifting shadow in the gardens around you. As you look in, you realize you cannot get back into the house, and it is just you and this being. You can hear screams from both Esme and Peggy as they scream for help, and you don't know what to do. Make me a 1d10, and this is for your sanity laws.
Oh, 1. Thank God.
1! Oh, what the fuck? Okay, great.
Nice.
You are transported back into the house. You take 1 sanity loss, and you survive. Thank God for that.
Hello, ladies.
Ladies, you never actually disappeared. You just weren't there for a moment. You spaced out.
Yeah.
Was that 4 rounds? I think it was. So
Yes.
we're 4 rounds in the little ritual thing. The little thing here has been drawn. Now I really need to put more little things in these. Oh, here we go. So you've drawn the magical triangle of Solomon, and this ghoul has been looking to sort of attack. Now, once that triangle itself has been completed, which it just has been, you can see this body, this white, pasty, veiny, wet, sort of well-like figure, pulled towards it almost by like an invisible force, like being dragged beyond her will into the middle of that triangle of Mikhail that you have drawn, kicking, screaming, screeching in your face as she does so. Penny, you're the one holding the wand, is that right? Mm-hmm. You can feel that wand in your hand growing warmer to the touch. It almost feels like it's an extension of your will, like you're bringing this body into this. I need you to do a power roll again. We're going to do one more opposed power. What did you get?
She rolled really well, I can tell.
I got a 1. Okay.
I did not get a 1.
What did you get?
A 58.
Okay, great. So,
yeah, 58.
You have lost. And you all together feel a whirlwind about your person. It's like you can feel debris sort of rushing past yourself. Everyone take 1 point of damage.
From the HP, right?
From HP this time. You're losing actual bodily damage, if you know what I mean. Let's try that again. As Penny, you try to banish this demon.
Can I try to unsettle it?
What's that mean?
I don't know.
Or like say something.
Yeah, say something.
Or like do like bardic. What is that? You know, the
Yeah, no, it's more like
bardic inspiration.
No, the other one. What's that one where you can be mean?
Cutting words?
Cutting, yeah. No, it's not. Is it called cutting words? That's such a shit.
I don't know. I don't play bards.
Okay,
that's not bardic.
No, but bards have a cutting, like a jibe, mocking, malicious mockery.
Vicious mockery.
Yeah, that's vicious mockery. Sorry. So Penny, what did you roll?
I rolled a 76. Still below my power, but not good enough.
And each one of you takes 1 more point of damage as this thing creates in your head this feeling of this whirlwind that is getting stronger and stronger. Your power is now being really tested. You feel as though you are not able to control this. Let's try one more time.
Oh!
What did you get?
A 3.
Okay. And my little lady got a 90. So perfect. As you focus and you go to try again amidst the sort of pain that you're feeling, the rushing headaches, and this idea of this sort of dust cloud that you are in, things start to settle in a flash of light, and you just see her vanish into the white floor that you're standing on. She's gone.
Guys, she's gone, but whatever's outside, I don't know if they're gone.
Yeah, can we like look out the window?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is the brick wall still there?
The brick walls are still there. You can't see. As you are collecting yourselves, Jeremiah and Rosemary, hand in hand, come over and they say, "We heard a terrible noise. We heard it. Are you okay? Is everything okay?" They seem shaken up.
Can you see a light? If so, can you go towards it? Please, just... I don't know. I don't know what's happening, but please, just go towards the light.
They say we're trying. We're really trying to pass on. We really want to, but we need your help. They won't let us. We need you to destroy the items. The items.
Oh, the statues.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what if the statues are the things that are keeping it here?
You can melt them. We've the pots are still we can, or you could break them. That's a good idea. Oh, and then Jeremiah, oh please, it would really help us to be able to go into the.
Can we do like a psychology to see if we believe that this is actually something that they believe to be true?
Sure.
You said that you saw the creature shifting. What if it shifts into them? What if that's its power? I don't.
But it's outside. Has it been? It's outside, right?
So who's making these ghosts?
Yep, I did not make that psychology roll. Anyone else got a better psychology?
I could try.
Have a go.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you win the psychology, you see that they seem to believe it.
Yeah, but what if they're byproducts of whatever this is?
Well, what I'm thinking is that there's two spells, right? On the sheet, there's the one that's the prison, and then there's the triangle.
Yeah, but the triangle is the simplified version. We got rid of this ghost lady, but I don't think we got rid of the first thing that her husband released.
Oh, you think that they released two things?
I think he released her, and then maybe his daughter released the big thing, or the other way around.
But why would that one be outside? I feel like the daughter did the prison thing, right?
So because we moved
something inside the house. But also, the ring lady was in the well, which is outside the house.
That's what I mean. This place was protected, wasn't it? Until we moved the statues.
I mean, if we've moved them, we've moved them. So we
but
might
to destroy them. Is to
What's
get
the
rid of
words
the
again?
preparations.
What's the what?
What's the words?
Oh,
Prison.
bind, obstacle, prison, and barrier. And the only other mention of these are, I think it's Veronica's diary. Shall I reread that to you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because I think that's what is keeping it outside. It can't come through.
So
If you destroy it-
Veronica's diary. Hang on.
I thought she was trying to bind it to the place to try and then to tighten the noose around.
Let me read it. Let me read it. I have said before, I do not believe it was a heart attack. My father was murdered. I am certain of this, but I need proof. All I have is the text that he followed. That must be it. Lester Goodman sold him the book and the lamp. Who is he? Why did he
lamp?
Should we break the
and
lamp?
the lamp. Why did he want my father dead? The only way to obtain proof is to follow in my father's footsteps and trap the being that did this to him once it appears again. I am confident I can hold it here once it is summoned. I know the arts by which I can interrogate it. If it withstands my questioning, at least I will have it imprisoned. To show others. The authorities will have to believe me then. I will draw upon the power of Saturn to construct a ward that will hold the spirit. Sigils created from its kamea will mark the 4 cardinal directions and turn the house into a prison that it cannot escape. Should the need arise, these may be brought together around the spirit to banish it, akin to tightening a noose around its neck until it has no direction left in which to flee. but back to the invisible world from whence it came. Barrier, bind, obstacle, prison. These words will hold the spirit in Saturn's leaden grip. May the faces of the angels that guard the gates of the Garden of Eden guard this house and prevent any evil from leaving the confines of this house. Midnight. 18 months have come to an end. If I fail tomorrow and I follow in all of my father's footsteps, ultimately to my own grave, I hope that someone may one day read this and succeed in bringing the guilty to justice, etc. Can I get idea rolls from you all? Idea or occult? I wanna feed you a bit of information.
I want to do idea or
Yeah, me too.
intelligence.
Okay, yeah. So
Oh, I succeeded in my idea.
okay.
Yeah, me too. Hard for me.
Oh my god, Peggy got a 4. So
Okay,
Oh,
so that's
yes!
extreme.
Peggy the scientist, I just want to give you a little bit of info since you're super like not even into all this like spirituality and magic stuff.
Yeah.
Just on what you guys have been talking about, you kind of come to a bit of a realization or a theory at the very least that if these monsters or demons or whatever the hell it is are projecting images of like what the food might be or the fire being on but it's not really, they can also project images like what you think are outside of the house, but they may not be outside the house.
That's what I mean. These people are not real. We already done what Veronica told us.
But is the shape outside real then? Maybe the shape is inside and they're trying to convince us. Yeah, I think maybe they're trying to convince us to destroy
And the thing
the
is-
binding.
I just had a moment. What if the ghost of his wife kept trying to destroy these visions of this demon? Like, what if she's protecting the house?
Ah,
Because she
yes.
only killed these people.
So can
right?
we collect
Dunno.
collect these statues and bring them around these people that we are now suspicious of?
I mean,
Like-
one of them is really heavy, and it's by the
Well, we
study.
can-
It's the bust. You could bring
we
the
can
other ones
connect
to it.
the other ones to
the
it.
bust is heavy. The
Eagle.
ox and the lion are little. The
Portable.
eagle is less portable, but 2 of you could probably carry it.
Okay. Like, what happens if we bring them all together to the bust if we can't carry that one?
Let's do that. See what happens.
Okay.
You want to do that?
Oh, yeah.
So
What
Yeah.
if we kill the good ghost?
as as you guys are talking about it, Rosemary and Jeremiah are in the room with you, and they're like, "Oh, if you just, I would just, if you just break the one of them, maybe we can,
Yeah.
maybe we can go and see our poor family. I'd love to see my mother.
Do you know what I would like?
Please help us."
Some tea. Now is the time, Rosemary. Just a little bit of tea to calm my nerves before I break this.
Well,
statue,
I can help you, but I really don't think that you should. I don't think that you should. I think they should go into the pot. And you're in the kitchen right now, by the way, because you are so close to that bit, in between where Rosemary and Jeremiah are. And spot hiddens.
Oh dear, no.
Oh, that's a fail.
Fail for me.
Fail. And what about Peggy Peg? 50.
That's good.
Oh, you got it. Okay, so
Yeah,
what Peggy realizes whilst Penny's asking for tea is that there is no there is a teapot, but it hasn't been used. It's dry. It's sitting like on the where things get washed up. So although you've been getting served tea, and especially at the dinner and whatever, no tea's actually been poured. So Rosemary goes and she says, Oh, I guess I can get you some tea, but I would really, please, I really want to see my mother and my... We could, if we just took one of them.
No, it's fine.
I don't mean to warn you, but I feel like you're making a big mistake. You're making a big mistake here.
Trust us, please.
Okay, so what do you want to do? So you're gonna go.
Of what she said.
All right. So you go to the.
Maybe Esme was right. Maybe we should have tried to kill her. Damn, she wasn't that crazy.
I mean, it was more
Esme's
just
like, how did I get here? I've got no fucking memories left.
I'm like, what's your
I'm
name?
just
again?
like, who are you?
Esme.
How did I meet Penny? What's going on
Yeah,
here?
I mean, everyone's
What?
calling me Esme, but I don't
Is
know
that-
if that's my name.
I feel more
Is that
like
me?
Mary.
You don't remember how you actually met Peggy and Penny in the first place. You are like you're confucked, not confused, not concussed. You're confucked.
Just
Okay,
confucked,
you're
yeah.
confucked. Okay, so you want to move shit together. All right. Tell me how you want to do this, and we'll do it together. So
Can we just go to the closest one that is
Yep.
portable?
Okay, so you.
Oh, we've already left one in the library.
One's in the library, one's on your person, and the other, the bus.
Oh, right.
You probably can't move. Two people could move the eagle,
So let's go to the library.
which is also
Because
in the
that's
library.
where two are.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
perfect.
we're carrying one, and the other two are in the library. So
Okay.
okay,
So you can do that. Okay, so you go into the library, you grab the lion statuette. What do you want to do with that?
going in my skirts.
Going in your skirts. Who's got the ox?
I do.
You do. Okay, I like the
Also
pennies.
in my skirt.
Also in the-
And then we're gonna try and take the eagle
eagle.
one together.
okay.
Yeah.
And
To the bus.
You can certainly do that. So I would suggest if you're trying to do like a noose tightening, whatever, maybe two of you take the eagle and one of you maybe hold the other two items, or how are you thinking about doing it?
Do we have to like usher them into the right room or what does the magic? Well, yeah, that's.
Well, I wonder if we shrink the prison, it will like if it's stuck inside, it will continue to
contain it.
be inside
Yeah.
the prison.
That's what I was thinking. So we don't need to be far apart, really.
Okay. So
Yeah, exactly.
okay. So you don't really care about the kind of those bits and pieces. You are now two of you. Which two are going to be taking the eagle in?
I mean, who's the strongest?
Oh,
Peggy's pretty strong.
I've got 45 on strength.
mine is 40.
Way more than me. I am
Okay,
literally.
cool.
No,
Okay,
I
so-
can't do that.
Two.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay, so you guys are moving into the lounge, which is where the bust is. Augustus in the lounge, and Augustus sees you come in and says, "Ladies, I beg you reconsider. Ladies, this is not the right way to go about this. Ladies, please."
I thought we had a connection, Augustus. I feel betrayed.
George Clooney with his
Ladies.
ladies begs you to reconsider, and he turns to you and he says, with a different voice this time, his voice kind of quivers and changes, and he says, I need you to break the ward, or I need you to die.
I need you to fuck off. and I get the things together. Yeah. Is that a thing
And
that people said
sunglasses,
in the 20s?
just like-
I feel like it is.
And so, okay, so you guys are coming towards the bust with the eagle and with the other two. So the four are now starting to come together properly. Who has the highest power out of the three? Give me your power rolls.
88 for me.
Okay.
70.
Okay.
60.
Okay, so idiot wins. And we're going to roll. Penny, can you roll as well?
Okay. Leave me alone, Ghost.
What did you get?
A 32.
32. Okay.
Me holding two statues like that.
How many magic points do you have?
17. I don't know what that means.
All right. So you
Leave
need
my magic points alone.
4 magic points and 4. Okay, so as you're fighting the willpower of this thing, as everything is going together, you're feeling, again, it's like headache. It's really trying to overwhelm your senses to the point where you won't be able to push these things together. You lose 4 sanity points as you do so, and you lose 4 hit points as well as 4 magic points. They don't really matter so much, but this is just you trying to keep things going.
I don't look good. I looked haggard.
Good. Good.
I'm gonna die.
Okay. Make one more power roll, each and every one of you. I'm gonna roll for you, Peggy. No,
Ooh.
Peggy, you get. Go on.
I got an extreme, whatever the biggest one is, because I rolled an 11.
11.
good job.
Peggy, you got a 21, which is great as well. Penny, what did you
That's
get?
a hard for me.
31.
31. And the baddie,
That motherfucker.
32. Okay, so 32 times thing. Okay, so your brains feel like they're gonna melt. What do? Are you still pushing forward? What do you want to
Yes.
Yeah.
do?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we're still pushing, and I'm like, and I feel like I'm like yelling push as well, like
Ash!
like a deranged midwife.
Okay.
Like a deranged midwife, yes.
Everyone make me 1d4 sanity. You take
Oh no, I've got.
Peggy, you take 4 sanity loss.
3 for me.
3 for you.
Let me get my D4 out.
Do you want me to do it for you? Or
Yeah.
Okay. You take 3. And as you're taking these, you are starting to hear panpipes, the same ones that Esme had. You're starting to feel like dancing. Things are starting to get fucking like Larry. You want to samba, like you're feeling like you're elevating, you're feeling good, you're feeling happy, it's joyous. You can just sense this sort of air of calm and beauty around you. What you want to do? You want to keep pushing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
I want
everyone-
to yell. It's like mind games.
Everyone
Yeah.
make me a power roll.
No, leave me alone.
36 for you, Peggy.
Oh, mine's a fail.
Feel
Yeah.
Mine is good.
what?
Hard. 42.
Okay. And as you continue to push forward, you sense a figure, a shadowy figure that all of a sudden appears within the center of the 4 pieces, and it pushes upwards and out. It's gone. You no longer feel a sense of dread. You no longer hear the panpipes. You no longer have a headache.
Can I remember myself again or no?
No.
Sick.
As you look around yourself now, what you see is Augustus is no longer there. Veronica is no longer there. Jeremiah and Rosemary are no longer there. The room around you no longer has a fire. It's cold and it's dark and there are no lights on. There are rats scurrying around your feet. And it's dusk.
Can we see through the windows then?
You open the windows and you can see dusk. You can see out.
I want to go to the door.
Where is Jerry? Jerry's been 3 hours yet.
And if you want to go to the garage, you will find a full tank of petrol as you can get on your way to the spa. Although they're gonna charge you extra because
we've definitely missed our appointment.
You're really late, and they probably
wish I was dead.
They probably I don't think they can fit you in for dinner now. It's a shit show. Basically, you fucked it. You fucked the whole day. Okay, so rewards for completing the scenario. 1d6 sanity points if you dismiss the shapeless one, which you did do.
Sorry, you were cutting out now. What were you saying?
Hello. So you guys get 1d6 sanity points for dismissing the shapeless one, which is what you did.
Yay.
You get 1d.
What does that mean?
So the shapeless one was the guy that you.
No, it was just 1d6. You need to roll.
Yeah. So you roll a d6, like just a normal dice. So for you, Peggy, you get a. Oh my god, I rolled 1 twice, but I refuse to give you 1. 5. You get 5 back. You get 1d3 if you destroyed the beacon of chaos. You did not do that. That's the light above the altar. And freeing the shapeless one, you did not do that, so you do not lose your sanity points. Congratulations.
Lovely.
Finished. We finished it.
Was the ghost in the well also this shapeless thing, or was it something else?
No. So this is why this is like super annoying, and I really want to talk to you guys about it because this is hard. I have no idea. I am really surprised that you got everything, because I would not have got half of this. Essentially, this is what I find really weird about Cthulhu. It's not like D&D, or it's not like these other ones where you kind of get everything at the start. Let me read to you what happened. So I'll read to you what the keeper knows, and you guys will be like, oh right, is this what happened? Because I'm sure that you don't know this through play. So these are the events so far as I knew them before I presented them to you. So miles from the nearest town or village, off a little used country road, is the Wayland House. A 2-story building in the Second Empire style, topped by a cupola, built towards the end. Oh, is this happening?
Is it like a noise cancelling thing that you've got on your Discord?
Probably. Let's put it like here. Like I'm a. Okay, is that better? Does that work? Okay, great. So, so this place was built by Augustus Wayland. The Waylands were an old money family. As well as being wealthy, Wayland was a learned occultist. As a child, Augustus had a controlling personality. The family's wealth meant that he was used to getting his own way. However, he was not without compassion or kindness. He met his future wife, Evangeline, whilst they both studied history at university. It was during this time that Augustus. Oh, I move it back. You can just say on the bloody thing. We can all hear it. Just say it. Fuck's sake. Where were we? So it's during this time that Augustus discovered the occult, a fascination with the dark and forbidden arts that would shape the rest of his life, blah, blah, blah. It promised him power and knowledge that money could not buy. Evangeline died, giving birth to their only child, Veronica. Augustus never truly recovered from this loss, and it led to him being a distant figure in Veronica's early years as he retreated into solitary research, during which time that he discovered the Book of Abramelin. The family's maid, Rosemary Linwood, and the manservant, Jeremiah Linwood, cared for Veronica throughout her childhood, but Augustus was finally able to connect with Veronica as her tutor, homeschooling his daughter in the art sciences, etc. Due to the isolation of their home, Veronica had only occasional contact with the outside world as a child. That's why she's like super like excited to like meet you guys, etc. Whilst Augustus hosted a number of dinner parties for fellow occultists, she was usually confined to her room. Veronica grew to share her father's interest in the occult, convincing him to let her study philosophy and the occult at university. The resulting experience gave her a taste of travel. Augustus granted her a wish when she asked to embark upon a round-the-world tour. They both kept in touch via letters as she travelled. In one such missive, Augustus informed her that her extended absence from the house had given him the opportunity to attempt a ritual he had been preparing for since she was a young girl, which is the Abramelin operation. He had rooms on the second floor of the house converted into the perfect environment required to perform this operation. The Linwoods were given paid leave during the 6 months that Augustus believed he would need to complete the ritual. Despite the preparations, his holy guardian angel did not appear. Augustus refused to believe it was his self-centered desire for knowledge and power that caused the ritual to fail. Instead, he blamed the text, believing that it was flawed. And that was actually a correct assumption. Augustus searched for older copies of the Book of Abramelin. He made it known far and wide in the occult community that he was willing to pay large sums for these books. News of that search reached Lester Goodman, who's a personification of the dark man avatar of Nyarlathotep, which is some sort of big owl called Cthulhu wanker. Lester, who's a procurer of rare books and artifacts, visited Augustus and offered him what he sought, which was a 15th century copy in early New High German. Additionally, he provided Augustus with a lamp that he claimed had previously been used by magicians who had successfully performed the operation. Augustus was unaware that the lamp was actually a beacon of chaos. And that beacon of chaos would have... oh god, there's so much information here. That beacon of chaos, if you light a candle near it a million times or whatever, it summons a demon. And he did that to purposefully try and summon a demon, essentially is what we're trying to say here. He purchased both the items, and Lester left, amused by what would follow. After examining the text and identifying various inconsistencies, such as the ritual requiring 18 months, not 6, Augustus communicated his findings to Veronica and attempted it again. After the 18 months, when an intensive 3-day period of prayer was due to begin, the beacon of chaos activated and a shapeless one appeared instead. That's the one that you guys were seeing all over the place. The entity asked Augustus why it had been summoned. Augustus, believing it was the holy guardian angel that he thought he was summoning, revealed his motivation. He wanted to see proof of the divine with his own eyes. He hoped that this would renew his faith that he would one day see his wife, Evangeline, in the next life. When the shapeless one offered him the chance to see the face of God, Augustus accepted, but he didn't realize which God the entity meant. The shapeless one transformed Augustus into a being of pure energy and took him to the court of Azathoth. The experience broke his mind, and Augustus joined the dancers there, where he will remain until the end of time. Days later, when the ritual should have been complete, the Linwoods returned to the house, Jeremiah and Rosemary. They found their employer's corpse. They alerted the authorities. The following inquest declared Augustus had died from a heart attack. Then Veronica was informed of the tragedy. She returned home. She was the sole beneficiary of her father's will. She inherited the family fortune. She knew her father had been fit and healthy. So she believed the Abramelin operation had been sabotaged. She read the journal, and she learned that Lester Goodman had sold Augustus the German manuscript, and the lamp. Lester became Veronica's prime suspect, but she couldn't figure out how to pin it on him. So she formulated a plan to obtain the evidence. She worked on the assumption that the operation had summoned a malevolent spirit, so she intended to capture it. So that's why she made all those little binding things. That's why, for example, Augustus didn't know what this ox was, or why he didn't care about it. It wasn't his work, it was hers. It would mean following in her father's footsteps, so she took the additional precautions so that she wouldn't get caught in the same thing. She concluded that magic squares were acceptable practices, so she set that trap. She carved them into the 4 lead items, each depicting one of the 4 faces of the cherubim, positioned them within the house of the 4 cardinal points. In case anything went wrong, she left a record of her preparations and her motivations in her journal, which you read. Veronica would have made her father proud that she successfully performed the operation. She was also unaware of the true purpose of the beacon of chaos, so the shapeless one appeared again. Veronica demanded to know what had happened to her father, and the entity, the shapeless one, told her. When it said it knew nothing about Lester Goodman, Veronica became enraged and threatened the entity that there would be dire consequences if it lied to her. The shapeless one became hostile and began stealing her memories, making Veronica believe she was trapped in the oratory with no way of escape. Before the shapeless one could steal all her memories, including the knowledge around the ward, remember it steals them from the earliest to the most present, Veronica actually impaled herself on the wand so that she would not give that information to the demon and set it free. When the shapeless one subsequently tried to leave, it couldn't do it, and it couldn't figure out how to do it. Veronica's sigils created that barrier that trapped it. Veronica's death then deprived the shapeless one of the knowledge of how it was constructed and what could break it. When the Linwoods returned at the end of their paid leave, the shapeless one trapped them inside the house and stole Jeremiah's memories, trying to find the knowledge on how to break the ward. That's how it was able to construct Lester, because Lester had visited. So that's why it was like glitchy Lester. It was like a weird half memory of Lester. Of course, the hired help knew nothing that could help the shapeless one, causing it to fly into a rage, and it drove Rosemary to insanity and then death. The shapeless one then has waited for someone to enter the house and facilitate an escape. During this passage of time, its hatred for humanity has grown, blah blah blah. It wants to make everyone pay for what it's done. That's what the Keeper knows.
Mindfuck.
Right? There's even more. There's a lot going on here. I can't believe that people can do this in 2 hours. It doesn't. And what about the well, Jay? Who has questions?
Yeah, I was going to say, what
Yeah.
about the wife? Was the wife a version of the shapeless one as well? Or was that something different?
Yeah, the
'Cause obviously we trapped-
wife was being used. The wife was being used as another entity or body. If you had have seen the mausoleum, you would have seen that there were 2 bodies. One of them would have been Augustus, and one of them would have been Rosemary. You didn't go there, but also the shapeless one probably would have obscured one of the bodies. So basically the shapeless one was able to manipulate what you were seeing, and so you were getting glimpses every so often with the reality, but not a lot. So it was making a lot of things like the Evangeline, who is the mum who died, she was being used just as another way to try and control you and try and scare you into getting that information. But she wasn't. Penny or Karina, I know that you were saying like maybe she was trying to protect the house. Nah, she wasn't.
Okay, good.
But
We didn't kill the good cause.
yeah. So I'm quite surprised that you managed to understand that there were 2 separate things going on, because I would never have got that personally myself. There's so many things that I would have not been able to figure out based on the information that I gave you. So well done. Well done. I would not have been able to figure out. I would have, like, I found it really like reading about it, it didn't actually make sense to me how difficult that would be until I was running it. And you guys had that piece of paper, the Key of Solomon, you know, that ritual, but also there was the binding the 4 things. Like, I think that's really unclear. To me, that ritual looks to be like that. That's what gets rid of what's that got to do with the binding? I think that if I was to run it again, I would really want to work again on how I differentiate those 2 bits of information and those 2 things, because that's really confusing. What else? I know that, Peggy, you called for Jerry to come with the... he was never coming, of course. He was just
that not a real person?
He's not a real person.
I think we figured that out last time already, right? That it was like, wait, all of these things, like electricity, this is just like...
the phone, I gave that to
you.
you.
Never worked, so it was only like, that was another of our like visions.
It was a way to try and keep you in the house. Anything else that is like questions? Has anyone got any questions? I'm trying to think what else have I missed.
The like bricks, the brick walls like around the house, like around the windows and stuff, were they real, or was that like the chaos?
That's the chaos. They were not real.
Yeah. And then also the like wax and the sand in the room.
Okay, so the wax and the sand in the room, that was part of the ritual that neither of them had really gotten to yet, because they both activated the beacon of chaos, which had that horrible mess, and they thought that it was the lovely, you know, guardian angel. So they never went into the next phase. So that room was meant to be like another room where they could do another part of the ritual. They just didn't get to it.
So how long had Veronica been dead for?
A year.
A year. Okay, so the date on the calendar, that was one of those visions, like the reality that came through the chaos.
So it isn't so much that it's a reality that came through the chaos, but the thing that we have to remember here is that the shapeless one is using memories. So it can't construct a memory, although, to be fair, it can manipulate reality. So it can show you bricks if it doesn't want you to get out, for example. But it wouldn't show you a time on the calendar that none of the residents could remember. So that's why the clock stopped at 5. That's why you could see that the fire was on. If the fire had never been... Oh, actually, this was one thing that really annoyed me. None of you ever asked for alcohol. If you had a bloody ask for alcohol, you would have seen a little bit of that as well. So
what?
Alcohol from Rosemary, alcohol. So
we're ladies. How dare
I know. So I was like, what do you want? Constantly. But basically, because... both Veronica and Augustus were spending so long doing these this operation, so they were spending years doing it. It's a really pious ritual. There's no alcohol involved. Like, you cannot be drinking, you cannot be taking drugs. You have to be like up at the crack of dawn praying and doing all the shit. So there was no alcohol in the house, and because the memories were stolen, all the Linwoods knew was tea and coffee. They didn't understand what alcohol was. So if you had have asked for wine or something, they would have been like, what's that? And it would have triggered it could have triggered a bit of a realization. But you were too polite, so so you never asked for that. But that's a really good example of what I was trying to say there, Caroline, in that because the Linwoods don't remember having alcohol in that house because their memories were stolen, and then they only remembered the last bit, the shapeless one wouldn't be able to actually manifest alcohol because it wouldn't know what it's talking about. So it's a funny one. It's a really funny one. It can only use, and that's why Lester, there's like a million of them, but they all look the same, is because because this guy only saw him once, and it was like a really glitchy, hazy memory because they're dead and they've gone mad and they have nothing really to share. So the Lesters have no real information because Jeremiah hadn't spoken to him an awful lot beyond just serving him this one time and selling something. So the amount of information that he could have given to the shapeless one to then create all these Lesters was actually really small. That's why they were like, yay, okay, hi, oh my god, hello, like instead of giving you like real info. But again, how the fuck are you meant to know that? Like, I honestly don't know how these games are meant to sort of feed you all that information. I personally think it's so much more fun to read it and try and get you that information. But even I know that there's so much there that I would need to work on. If I was running that again, I would need to really think about a lot of that stuff and how to present it again. I think the puzzle is completely unnecessary.
What? It's so much fun.
That's why I gave it anyway, because it is a laugh. But you could write that in English, bind, whatever, or just even say there are 4 items, bring them together. But I know that a puzzle's fun. So, but there's no real. There's a lot of people, they complain online about the puzzle. They say it's not necessary. It kind of breaks the flow of things. John actually said in the Discord that it does, and I kind of agree. So yeah, there's a lot there that kind of needs a little bit of tweaking, but I just think generally it's a really good scenario. Just takes forever to run. So I'm sorry for all your time, everyone. Does anyone else have any other questions? Or anything that doesn't make sense? Or I'm trying to think. There's a lot of stuff that I fucked up, and I was like, how do I bring this back? But I don't remember them offhand to be able to tell you them there and then.
Just for my own sake, was the petrol always there, and it was just like we imagining it wasn't?
Yes.
Yeah, fucker.
Well, as soon as we entered kind of the gate, that's when the chaos started.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah. So as soon as you went in, I mean, that's the thing. So the shapeless one is confined to the house, but it's like an AoE spell effect. So it can cause its manipulation. It's like it's in prison, but it can stretch its arms out. So it can show you stuff outside the house, even though it's trapped inside. One thing that I found tonight to be really interesting, it was only when you guys said it, was, well, as long as we're moving these things, it doesn't matter where we're moving to, if the shapeless one can only be within the 4 of these objects, then it can only be there. I think if I was to run that again, I would maybe look to have its sphere of influence, its AoE, smaller, and then as you guys move them, I would think about the map and say, okay, now its sphere of influence is actually here, and here. And that's one thing. Basically, this book says that its sphere of influence is like, goes into the grounds. But I think that actually gives you guys the wrong idea. And you're quite right as well, because you were getting confused saying, well, I can see this thing outside, so can it be outside? I had to give you an idea roll to tell you that. Whereas I think if we didn't put anything outside, just bricked it up, didn't ever show you the outside, and was able to put things only in the bits that you had it, I think that would probably be easier for you guys to. So I would look to make that change as well the next time I would run that.
Yeah, because actually, how would it be able to, recreate the dead wife in the well, and also Augustus outside of the house, if it's meant to be trapped inside the house?
Well, the reason why is because its magical ability is massive, so it can go beyond the limits of where it's imprisoned by a certain radius to the whole grounds. But I completely agree. I think I think that allows for confusion, and you don't need that. You don't need that much confusion, because there's already so many other confusing things happening that you could probably do with. And I don't like giving you guys idea rolls. I don't like trying to, because that means that we've failed somewhere in how the games run or what's going on there.
The thing is, we never played this much. I've never finished the game, so I don't know how things are supposed to go.
Oh, same. Yeah, I don't know.
So that's why it's I need the help, because this game doesn't work like other games that I've played, so I don't know what to expect. I don't know what's possible.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it's interesting. I think. Well, yeah, it was the introduction to Spooky Ring Girl, and that's good to have her in the well. But I didn't need to put her in the well. So basically, this book says be creative about how you introduce her. The whole thing about the dead bodies being splattered here, there, and everywhere, you just make them up. So you're just told to try and, use them to effect, but you could have done that without having a well. I think the well actually complicates things because you guys are like focusing on a well that has fuck all to do with anything.
I think also like the fact that they were like the ring girl attacked the other iterations of the shapeless thing. So it was kind of confusing that they were like into fighting with each other.
I completely agree.
It's to keep us inside, isn't it? It's like you're scared of this ghost, come inside, you're safe, and then
you're not. But I think you could probably do that by getting you guys in the house, having the garage as part of the house, so you don't go outside to get to the garage. And then not allowing you out again. So that could be achieved with the same thing. It's difficult. And also, could the spirit be killed in any other way or any way to ward it off? Which one? The one of Evangeline has to be the what do you call it? The triangle. And so the other alternate endings of this would be that, for example, if you did break one of them, and I know at some point you were talking about breaking one, weren't you?
Yeah, I kind of wanted.
So
I wanted to. Yeah. I wanted to break one, or I did want to break one, but I'm glad we didn't.
If you had done that, it would have been game over. And that's not, it is what it is. So it would have been game over, but it would have been just and then it got out into the world. And you kind of would have failed. So fine. And you could have then picked that up and been like, oh my God, now we need to banish that for like a bigger adventure. But for the sake of a one shot or a 4-shot, that would have just been a fail, I think. You'd have melted one. Yeah, you would have fucked it. So I think, in this kind of stuff, caution works better than just going straight into it. But I totally, I think I would have...
I think it's difficult because in D&D, I would definitely just go in...
Oh, yeah.
It's an entirely different tone, right? It's such a different tone because in D&D, it's like... YOLO, fuck it, like what's the worst that can happen, who cares, let's get into a fight, whatever.
And also you've got more like hit points, you don't have to worry about sanity kind of thing. It's less like, in a way it's kind of less intelligent because the combat is like, right now you're in combat and you have a turn, whereas this is more like you're not really in combat.
So that's the other thing as well. You could have been in combat. I kind of chose not to really do the combat because, first of all, then I need to learn combat. I can't be bothered. But also, I don't really want to make it about that. The Evangeline, you could have fought in some different ways, but I kind of like the idea that you actually couldn't fight her. I feel like that's more tense. I feel like that makes it more like, how the fuck are we going to do this? Rather than
also just identifying who is the bad guy was because once we actually identified it, then went quite quickly from there. But I think it's just a very different kind of game, and I think I think
the difference between them, Rick, is that D&D is all about the power play. Like, you are the hero, and Cthulhu's like, I'm an ant and I don't know what it is. I'm tired. And it's that power. The power is different. And I love
quite like being the hero.
No, you're the loser.
That's how I lost so much sanity.
Because you kept going for. But that's good as well. I mean, that's the thing though. Like, if you're playing and you don't care about your character, like you're just there to experience it, then you should be doing that. Because in the other way, it's like annoying to just constantly be like, oh, should we go into this room? Like, fucking go into it. No wonder it takes so long. But you know what I mean. What are you gonna say, Penny? You want to say something?
I was just going to say that because when you're playing this, you are playing like a normal person, so you would be terrified. You wouldn't be doing these things. Whereas when you're playing D&D or whatever, it's just like, you're a fucking hero. I've got magic powers. Like, I can do whatever I want.
Yeah.
It's just an entirely different experience, which I like.
Yeah.
You know,
I enjoyed,
Yeah, I like both of them. I think I like being a normal person more, but what
I would say is
why both are good.
I feel like the character sheets, I don't know about you guys, but I've got like maybe 3 abilities that are over 30. And when you're rolling a D100, it just kind of feels like you're shit at everything.
Oh.
I think you're like unlucky with your character
I think
because
you're
my
unlucky,
character sheet is like so good.
I do.
But there's a lot of stuff listed that's not used whatsoever.
Yeah, that's
I feel
one thing that I don't really appreciate. I would rather just be like, all these things stem off from this. A bit like D&D, I guess.
Yeah.
It's too much that, like, why do I care if I've got a 1 in archaeologist?
I do actually. I agree with that in some ways, and I don't in others. I think I find, you know, when Esme was losing her 10 intelligence points, I started to look into like, oh, what does that mean? Does that mean that she's not able to navigate so well, or like these checks would also be affected, and they're not? So I find that a bit weird. Like, why is intelligence not related to other intelligent things, like language studies? I don't know. So yeah, that's
she's got like 1 on everything else.
Well, so it's fine. But I
it's
think
already shit.
but what I would say as well is that, I mean, this is one scenario. The next one that I'm looking to run will have like an archaeological bent to it, so it'll be like about an so the best way I think to do these going forward, and this is something again a learning for me, is that what the better way for us to do this would be for me, or whoever the keeper is, to read the whole thing, to understand what is useful and what isn't useful, and then to write up a bit of a synopsis. Who wants to join Call of Cthulhu? This is a little bit about what it's about. It would need characters that are like something like this, and then you guys can go away and create characters that actually match that kind of style, so that you're not wasting your points on archaeology when there's no archaeological need, or and you know, to your point, Rick Rack, as I say, we just downloaded random characters off the internet, but if we had a proper character creation session, we could probably make them so that you all felt like you were having a good use of your character. So that's a feeling of mine, but that's why why it's the first go.
Do you know anything about how the character sheets are created? Like, do you start off, obviously with the characteristics, you have like a roll of a D100 in each of those, and then it's the, you know, half and quarter. And then for the investigator skills, do you have like a set amount of points? Yeah, and then you spend them. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
The annoying thing is, when you're rolling, you kind of roll the stats, but you have no control of what score goes to each stat. You roll each stat separately. So you might want to make a really pretty character, very smart, and they're going to be dumb as fuck and ugly as bricks, like, you know?
Yeah. So. I mean, I don't know. I reckon that could be something that, you know, we all meet up with before another session and say, how do we want to do the characters? Like,
well, and also that'd be good because we can almost introduce our characters to each other if they know each other, so that actually 100%. Like we've got a bit more of a background and like context to their lives.
A session 0 is always brilliant, because you then get I never like them because I just like to just go blah, I'll just play whatever and just have a laugh with it. But I do think for Cthulhu it becomes more important. I think the character creation is flawed in this in many ways, so I think it does need more care than what D&D would require, and especially like
I kind of feel like both though, because like the better you know your character, the better you're going to play them.
I actually disagree, and I'll tell you why I disagree on this. It's because I have done the thing whenever I started playing D&D where I wrote like 2-3 pages of backstory, really got into like, my character was born in like a straw bed, and it was like, you know, it looked like this, and here's a picture of my mother giving birth and whatever. And I've gone through this massive character creation thing, and then it comes time to play the game, and they're like, okay, you're in a tavern, and I'm like, oh, well, I've been in a tavern before, and I ordered the beer, but I don't have a personality because I'm so worried about all the things I've already written for myself. I'm trying to keep in mind. Whereas if I have a really spare one, not spare, sparse one, where it's like, I know I grew up on the streets, I know this happened, and I own XYZ, then that's a few things, that's a framework. And then if a spider comes, I go, oh my god, I'm afraid of spiders, and then all of a sudden, okay, great, that's a hook now I can write it in, I almost like backfill it from that way, and it allows me to be more like spontaneous, and that spontaneity, then I retroactively write my character based on what happened in the first few sessions or whatever. For me, that works better. I wouldn't say it would work for Call of Cthulhu, but I think that works much better for me than it does in D&D. Like, Karina's like, she's fucking got encyclopedias with her characters. Like, she knows everything. She knows what they eat. She knows their bowel movements. She knows everything. I'm just like, I don't know, my name is Jim, and I have 2 legs. Let's go. And we kind of flesh out from there, and that's good. Lucky Jim with the 2 legs. But anyway, I'm assuming that we should all wrap up at this point. Guys, thank you so much for joining me for the first ever Arcane Switchboard. It was only 4 sessions, not the 3 that I thought, but not the 5 that I was worried about. So thank you very much. We're not going to play next week. I will contact you guys, and I will see like what you want to do. If you want to play another one next time, we can discuss. We'll do proper different characters, blah blah blah. We'll sort it all out. Oh look, everyone enjoyed it, guys. Thank you. Okay, and if anyone has any further questions about what happens in the game, go into the Discord, into the Arcane Switchboard, ask me questions. I'm very happy to like send pictures of what happened in the book, etc., so that we all kind of can catch up on those things. If you have any things that you think didn't work well, let me know again, because I'm just learning. Jim with 2 legs. Oh, Jim's very lucky. He's got 2 fucking legs. He can walk. You know, that's all right. That's all right. Okay, since it's the last one, let's quickly let's see if we can raid someone. Should we do that? Since it's nice. Come on.
What is this? What the fuck are you doing?
Do you know what a raid is?
We can like see your emails.
Oh
and
shit!
stuff.
Sorry.
Everything, that's what I'm saying. What the heck are you doing?
Sorry. Okay. Oh, Slidey's live. Should we go to Slidey? Let's go into Slidey. So it's Slide Job 09. No big deal. Okay, guys, everyone just say hello. Oh wait, it's not read Slidey. Slide Job 09. Let's just do that. Oh, did that work? Sweet. Go over, say hello, tell him he's a prick, or whatever it is you want to tell him. Tell him he's nice. I don't know. Who cares? I'm gonna raid now, and then we will go away. Goodbye, everyone. Good night. Good night. Say good night. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, and then I will.